Hi guys. I don't normally post Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I believe this is my first Yu-Gi-Oh video on this channel. But I was dueling one of my friends, just to like test out this deck I've been playing, and it's worked pretty well for me. It's an Exodia, not an Exodia, a Monarch deck. It's a Monarch deck, and it uses Exchange of the Spirit to essentially switch the the opponent's, or it switches our graveyard with our decks, which is normally used to use a draw out strategy, make them deck out. The plan is to use Zaborg to send monsters from my, usually people have 15 cards in their extra deck, so I send 15 cards into their extra deck, and by then I would also have 15 cards in my graveyard as well, because it's Monarchs, and things get sent to the graveyard pretty often. So I'm just gonna let this play out. So I took my turn first, so I'm here just trying to get as much drawing power as I can, sending stuff to the graveyard using tenacity and all that. And I had a pretty good first turn, I think. I think I was able to get through like half my deck just in this first turn. See me, I'm just playing cards and summoning idea now. And the main goal, or at least for me, is to send stuff out on the field first, things you can play, before using stuff like Upstart Goblin for drawing stuff. So it reduces the probability of you drawing things into like Idea or Eidos, which you would normally have anyways by other means. As I use Erebus' effect, send a random card into his deck again. And that was a pretty good first turn. Look, I have the entire field except for one space filled out. And here I'm just gonna recycle some cards back in the deck, draw something nice. There I have Aether, so just in case if he tries to do something, I can summon for more cards using effective precious cards, like I said. And there's the Zaborg. So because of Aether's effect, Zaborg's gonna go back to my hand after that turn. And yeah, there it is. And that'll be the first instance of me sending about half his extra deck into the graveyard, which I think I do this turn. And there I drew into Exchange of the Spirit. Ideally, you want this done on the first turn, this whole strategy, but realistically, it only happens after like a few turns, and that's okay. Okay, here's me getting a lot of drawing power, using a bunch of trade-ins, sending some Monarch cards back in the deck, maybe drawing something nice. That's why I love this deck. Look at this. Look how many cards I have. This deck is almost too fast for me. I once decked out because of this. And there it goes. Okay, so I didn't use Zaborg because I think I used up my normal summons or something like that. Oh no, actually, what's happening now, I think at this point in the duel, I realized that I'm drawing too much because look, I have 2 cards in the deck left. If I kept summoning, I remember this exactly. If I kept summoning, precious cards would pretty much make me deck out. That's why I didn't summon that turn. At this point, I think if you saw, I had Exchange. I used the card Exchange, I think. Okay, I played this earlier in that turn. I might have skipped it. But I played this earlier in that turn before I went over to his turn. Basically, Exchange is you look at each other's hands and you exchange a card. So what happened was, I already put one of my Exchange of the Spirits down. And because I thought, okay, I don't need the other one anymore. I already have mine down. He's going to have like 15 cards soon enough. So I used Exchange. He takes the other. He exchanges my Exchange of the Spirit, and I take his Forbidden Chalice. So I take his Forbidden Chalice, and then I put it face down just in case if he tries to do anything. Meanwhile, he has Exchange of the Spirit. I don't know what the hell he's going to do with it until, well, later on in the duel, you'll see. So I'll let this play out. Himalayan summons some stuff. And it's right there. He tried to use Black Rose as a dragon effect. He's going to blow up my field, which I kind of wanted him to do, but I had a Forbidden Chalice anyway. Might as well do it. I was going to destroy some of my own cards anyway using Curaz. So I'm going to let this play out. And then I negated. I guess a few attack points. So I don't draw because I activated Reckless Greed earlier, so that's good. So I summon Curaz. First I use Idea's effect. So I use Curaz, and then I'm gonna destroy my own my own precious cards and Reckless Greed because I really don't need them anymore. If anything, they would make me deck out. Let's see. And then activate Erebus, send some cards back. Using the original Monarch's effect. Sending some more cards back in the graveyard because I'm so scared of decking out this game. Let's see. Attack his Black Rose. Send Maxi to the grave because I have too many cards. And then I start using Escalation. So that allows me to Tribute Summon during his turn. I don't know why this doesn't work. But when you use Escalation of the Monarchs, I don't know if this is bugged or anything. Or maybe it's just not allowed. But when you Tribute Summon using Escalation of the Monarchs and you summon a Monarch card, you know, and usually a Monarch's effect is, when this card is Tribute Summoned, you can blah 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 blah. And I don't know why those effects don't work, so I don't know if it's bugged. So, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. And so, at that point, so what you saw there is, so I sent, using Zalborg's effect, I sent the rest of his extra deck into his graveyard, so making him way past 15 cards, which is what's needed for Exchange of the Spirit. So both of us have 15 cards in our graveyard, so that would cause us to switch our decks and graveyards. But since he replied with the Exchange of Spirit that he exchanged with from my hand, it essentially negated my entire strategy of this whole duel. So I was basically crying at this point, but I'm gonna let the duel play out. This is the most anime thing I've ever seen. It was like, oh, he thought this far ahead. Oh my god. See, and I was so scared. Like, I thought I lost this duel because of that fuck up. And like, I only had 3 cards left. Thankfully, I couldn't draw anymore, or at least for a few turns, because I had Reckless Greed played. So here I just keep chaining. I'm just like, fuck, I need to send cards back to my deck right now, or else I'm gonna deck out in like a few turns. Because I could defend myself pretty well. It's just the fear of decking out that's, you know, gonna cost me this game. So he attacks me. And I'm like, shit, what am I gonna do now? So, activate a few effects. That's why I love Monarch so much. Lots of shit activates from the graveyard. So I'm gonna get Curaz back. Curaz's effect, I'm gonna destroy that, and I'm gonna chain it with original Monarch, send some stuff into the field. And at this point, I think there's not much he could have done. Because I think his boss monsters are gone at this point. Or at least he has no way of summoning them for now. So I'm gonna use Erebus, and I'm gonna send stuff. You notice that Erebus' effect, I can send 2 cards from my 2 Monarch spell traps from my deck into the graveyard, which was a scary move for me because, like, oh my god, I have no cards left. But then that required me that meant I could send one of his monsters back. So that would open up the field for 1 attack from this original Monarch, and then essentially finish him off with Erebus. So, yeah, and that's the duel. It was the most anime thing ever. It was only 9 turns. 9 turns, and like, it was the most intense thing ever. I swear this duel took like 30 minutes to play out, because if you saw how many cards I was chaining every turn, you know, especially that first turn, like I already had like half my deck, you know, in the graveyard or on the field. But yeah, I love Monarchs so much. I've been playing Monarchs ever since, you know, I ever saw them. And with the new support cards they've been getting with Aether and all that, I think they make a pretty reliant engine, and they're good on their own. I think that Monarchs are the way to go in this new day and age of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the reason why I like them so much is because it's pretty much old school for me. No extra deck, you know, just tribute summoning. So yeah, there you have it. The most anime as hell duel I've ever played. Yeah, see ya.